Did you know that China is rapidly expanding its navy despite economic challenges? This might come as a surprise to some, but it's a reality we're witnessing today. The Middle Kingdom, as it's often referred to, is making waves with its maritime might, a development that's unfolding at a remarkable speed even amidst the nation's economic headwinds. The Chinese naval ambitions aren't a recent phenomenon. They can be traced back to the age of exploration, during the Ming Dynasty when Admiral Zheng He led the treasure voyages that showcased China's naval prowess. However, the scale and speed of the current expansion are unprecedented, making it a topic of global interest. In recent years, we've seen China's economy taking blows from various quarters. From the trade war that escalated in the early 20s to the internal economic imbalances, the country's economic landscape has been anything but smooth sailing. Yet despite these hurdles, China's naval growth has continued unabated. From the construction of advanced warships and submarines to the establishment of overseas naval bases, the maritime rise of China is evident. It's almost like watching a giant awakening, stirring the waters of the world's oceans. This naval expansion is not just about the size of the fleet or the number of ships. It's also about the increasing sophistication of these vessels, the technological advancements, and the enhanced capabilities. It's about a nation that's determined to establish itself as a blue water navy, capable of operating globally across the deep waters of the world's oceans. So we're left with the question, why is this happening? Why is China pushing so hard to grow its navy when it's grappling with economic challenges? Is it merely a quest for national pride, or is there a deeper strategic rationale behind it? And what does this mean for the world at large? So what's driving this naval surge in the face of economic adversity? Stay tuned as we dive deeper into these waters in the upcoming scenes. China isn't just building more ships, they're building advanced state-of-the-art vessels. The Chinese Navy, or the People's Liberation Army Navy, is undergoing a significant transformation. The naval projects currently in progress are not only numerous but also technologically sophisticated. Let's take a closer look at these projects. First on the list is the construction of aircraft carriers. China has been ramping up its aircraft carrier program, with the latest addition being the Type 003 carrier. This vessel is not only larger but also more advanced than its predecessors, capable of housing more aircraft and boasting a more modern launch system. Next up are the destroyers. China's Type 055 destroyers are making waves in the naval world. These warships are equipped with advanced weaponry and radar systems, making them a formidable force on the high seas. The Type 055 is also said to have a stealthy design, reducing its visibility on enemy radar. Submarines are another area of focus for China. The country is developing a new generation of nuclear-powered submarines known as the Type 095 and Type 096. These underwater vessels are expected to be quieter and more difficult to detect than their predecessors, enhancing China's stealth capabilities at sea. Beyond these, there are numerous other vessels and technologies in development, from amphibious assault ships to unmanned surface vessels. Each new project represents a step forward in technology and capability, further enhancing the strength of China's naval fleet. In terms of technology, China is investing heavily in areas such as artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and hypersonic weapons. These technologies could potentially revolutionize naval warfare, giving China a significant edge in future conflicts. Yet it's worth noting that all these advancements are happening in the backdrop of economic challenges. Faced with slowing growth and increasing debt, China's economy is under considerable strain. But despite these hurdles, the country continues to prioritize its naval expansion, demonstrating the strategic importance it places on maritime power. And yet, all these advancements are unfolding while China grapples with economic constraints. A testament to China's resolve to assert its maritime dominance, this naval development paints a complex picture of a nation striding forward on the global stage despite facing significant internal challenges. There's more than meets the eye when it comes to China's naval expansion. This isn't merely about flexing military muscle or an attempt to outdo other naval powers, it's a deeply strategic endeavor, a grand chess game if you will, with moves and counter-moves that could potentially shape the future of our world. Firstly, let's consider the territorial disputes in the South China Sea. This area is not only a hotbed of geopolitical tension but also a vital trade route. By bolstering its naval forces, China is effectively strengthening its claim over these disputed territories, an area believed to be rich in oil and gas reserves. It's a classic case of might makes right, and the larger the navy, the stronger the claim. Protection of trade routes is another strategic reason behind China's naval expansion. The South China Sea, through which a third of the world's maritime trade passes, is a potential choke point. Ensuring the safe passage of goods is crucial for China's economy, especially when considering that it's the world's largest exporter of goods. A formidable navy gives China the ability to protect its economic interests and maintain the flow of trade. Thirdly, there is the aspect of geopolitical influence. A strong navy is a clear signal of power and influence, and China is no stranger to this fact. By rapidly expanding its navy, China is not only asserting its position as a global superpower, but also challenging the existing world order. This expansion is a clear message to other countries, a demonstration of China's capabilities and its willingness to use them if necessary. Lastly, it's important to remember that a navy isn't just about ships and submarines. It's about technology, research and development. It's about satellite systems, stealth technology, and advanced weaponry. China's naval expansion is also a drive towards technological advancement, towards self-reliance, and towards a future where it can stand toe-to-toe with the world's most advanced naval powers. China's naval growth isn't just a show of force, it's a strategic move with global implications. The world watches with bated breath as this maritime saga unfolds, wondering what the next move will be in this grand chess game. The ripple effects of China's naval expansion are being felt around the world. This development is reshaping power dynamics on the global stage, stirring reactions from countries near and far, and raising concerns over the potential implications for international maritime law. Let's start with power dynamics. Traditionally, the United States has been the dominant naval power, ensuring freedom of navigation and maintaining the balance of power on the high seas. With China's rapid naval expansion, the balance is shifting. This is not just a regional phenomenon, but a global one. China's growing naval might is challenging the status quo, and countries are being forced to reconsider their strategic alignments and security arrangements. Next, let's consider the reactions from other countries. From Asia to Europe, countries are watching China's naval growth with a mixture of awe and apprehension. Some nations, especially those in the South China Sea region, are ramping up their own naval capabilities in response. Others are seeking alliances and partnerships to ensure their security and uphold international norms. The international community is also concerned about potential breaches of maritime law. China's expansion in disputed waters, for instance, has raised eyebrows. There are fears that China might use its naval power to assert territorial claims, disrupt maritime commerce, or even provoke conflicts. These concerns underline the need for robust international mechanisms to manage maritime disputes and uphold the rule of law on the high seas. In conclusion, the global impact of China's naval expansion is significant and far-reaching. It's reshaping the world order, prompting countries to reassess their strategies, and posing challenges to international maritime law. As China continues to bolster its naval forces, the world watches with bated breath. As we look to the future, the path of China's naval expansion raises many questions. What might the seascape look like in the coming years? The answers are as vast and as unpredictable as the ocean itself. China's naval ambitions are not slowing down. Despite economic headwinds, the country is pushing forward with its maritime projects with an unyielding determination. The pace of this expansion suggests that China's navy could become one of the world's most formidable maritime forces within the next decade. It's a prospect that would significantly shift the balance of power in the seas. The future, however, is not set in stone. There are several scenarios that could play out. On one hand, China could continue its aggressive expansion, investing heavily in advanced naval technology and expanding its fleet. This could lead to an even stronger presence in contested waters, potentially escalating tensions with other countries. On the other hand, the economic pressures China is currently facing could slow down the expansion. With a struggling economy, the country might have to prioritize other areas of development over its naval ambitions. This could lead to a stagnation or even a drawdown in its maritime growth, or perhaps a middle ground will be found. China might choose to maintain a steady pace of expansion, while also focusing on improving the capabilities of its existing fleet. This would allow it to continue asserting its maritime dominance without overextending its resources. These are just possibilities, of course. The actual course of China's naval future will depend on a complex interplay of factors, both domestic and international. It's a topic that will require further observation and analysis. But one thing is certain. Whatever path China chooses, its naval ambitions will continue to be a major factor in shaping the geopolitical landscape. The world is watching, as China's naval ambitions chart a course for the future. Thank you for watching our deep dive into China's naval expansion. We hope this has given you a clearer understanding of the potential implications of China's growing maritime power. As we've explored, the future of China's Navy is a topic of global significance, with potential impacts that stretch far beyond the confines of the South China Sea. It's a complex, multifaceted issue that we'll continue to follow closely here on our channel. If you haven't already, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content just like this. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever we release a new video. We'll continue to cover a wide range of topics, from geopolitical developments to technological advancements, all with the aim of helping you stay informed and curious about the world around you. So, stay tuned for more thought-provoking content, stay informed, stay curious. Until next time.